Hi everyone, my name is James Eldridge, and I'm going to tell everyone how I was able to get my private pilot's license in under a year and under $10,000 while working full-time, being a dad, being a husband, and trying to fulfill all my obligations. So stay tuned, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on what I would have done differently and how you can save some money. This all started in early 2024. My mom was being all nostalgic and found a little piece of paper similar to this one. It's a journal entry and it's about me from 2007. And 10-year-old me said that when I'm older, I want to have a car. I want to make money buying and selling cars, which I do. I want to have a boat. I have a boat. I could fly airplanes to islands. I can't do that, right? So early 2024, I'm like, dadgum, like, I'm doing pretty good on this. Young James had a good ambition. I just had never adventured into the aviation realm. Boom. I started working with two great men who are private pilots. They kind of took me under the wing a little bit, encouraged me like, hey, it's not that hard. Like, here's how you do it. And so I'm gonna try to do that for all of you. And luckily for me, one of my coworkers had a good friend that he had bought a couch from that bought an airplane and is a CFI. He bought a Cessna 150. And he was like, hey, just go on a discovery flight with my friend. Little did I know that that friend would become my friend / CFI. His name's Dave, for sake of discussion. And he had picked up a Cessna 150 for a good deal, and he was just wanting to pass that deal on everybody else. Like, very affordable price. It's 105 wet. His instruction time is 50 bucks an hour. So I was seeming very doable. What you need to do to get your private pilot's license, I'm gonna simplify it, and there's a few little caveats that you have to look into, but basically you have to do ground school, you have to do a written test, you have to do flight training, and that's gonna consist of flight training with your instructor, solo, cross country, nights. You have to do your check ride, and you have to get what's called a DPE, and they are somebody that can examine how well you can operate a aircraft and if you're going to be safe, and then they'll sign you off, and then you can go fly with whoever you want and wherever you want within the regulations and within the aircraft's abilities. So it is totally doable for someone to make enough time within a year to get their private pilot's license. Like, if you cut out social media, that's what I did. That's why I told my wife, I was like, hey, I think I want to do this, and I know that time is short, time is valuable. Like, I'm just not going to use social media. So I cut that way down, deleted apps off my phone, and really didn't watch much TV. Instead of TV, I would study, and it made it very doable. So I want to share with you what I would do differently. First off, I made a mistake by not setting realistic expectations for myself. I had a Sun Valley Road Rally course event where they close down a runway and they boom, Bugattis and a bunch of rich people come in. I thought it'd be funny to fly in a Cessna 150, land next to all these jets that are there for the show and watch that. And that was midsummer. That would have been me getting my private pilot's license in about 5 months. So it just wasn't realistic. I didn't take into consideration the fact that we have weather and fires now. So we have like a smoke season where flying isn't the best. There's going to be opportunities that arise where you're not going to be able to fly. So just take that into consideration when you're trying to plan out a realistic time frame and schedule out your private pilot's license. The second thing that I would do differently is I do ground school before my flight lessons. That really slowed me down. I spent like 2 months where I was waking up early, trying to study before work, after work, trying to make sure that I passed my written test. You have to get a 70 on the written test. You have to pay some money. It's not that big of a deal. You can all pass it. Just like Dave Ramsey says, he says max out those credit cards to the sky so that you can get in the sky. That's what Uncle Dave always says. Here are some ways that I saved money throughout this whole process. First off, buy used or borrow headsets, books, iPads, all that realm. You do not need to buy a brand new iPad with ForeFlight. You don't need a brand new Bose headset. You don't need a bag to put everything in and all the fancy RAM mounts for your yoke, and that stuff's great and it's convenient, and if you're really gonna love it, cool. But you can drop 2,000 bucks without even thinking about it in aviation when it comes to those. The second option is to join a flight club or find a private plane like what I did. And the reason that this will save you money is that the schools are looking for profits, and there's some people out there that just want to go fly. There might be a CFI in your area that has a plane or has opportunities for you to rent the plane, or however it works out. And a little bonus option, you can always go buy your own plane. You can buy a $35,000, $40,000 Cessna, and when you're done with it in 50 hours, 60 hours, 70 hours, however long it takes you, that plane's not going to depreciate like a Tesla. That plane is going to stay steady. Like, a lot of people out there on the roads are driving $60,000 cars, but you can sell that, go buy a plane for a year, drive a beater Honda, and then just roll it back into it or keep the plane. Well, that's what Dave Ramsey told me. You want to make sure to be efficient and to set up your schedule so that you can fly 2 to 3 times a week for about 45 minutes. That's going to capitalize on you as a human being trying to learn new skills. It's going to be repetition, and you're going to get a lot more landings that way. If you go up and you're flying around for 3 hours, you do 2 landings, you're probably not going to be that confident when it comes to the check ride, when it comes to landing and slow flight. You very well could, I don't know, but that was very helpful to me. All right, so total cost of a private pilot's license, typically according to ChatGPT, just a search that I did, the total cost for a private pilot's license is typically $12,000 to $18,000. To the actual cost of what I personally paid out of pocket to get my private pilot's license in 2024/2025. My flight hours, I got my license in 53.4 hours. I was piloting command 21.9 hours. That means I had flight training of 31.5 hours. I had 167 landings, and the total for my flight time is $5,607. The total cost for my flight training is $1,575. And then I have my medical, my written exam. So everything I paid comes out to $8,599.50. For sake of discussion, I'm gonna say $8,600, which is phenomenal. That includes my DPE fee, which was $800 to have him come out and say, yeah, you can do it during my oral and my practice and my skills test. I came in almost half of what most people might pay. I've been able to go on a trip with my wife to Sun Valley, Idaho. We landed, got in a car, drove around for a few hours, got lunch, came back. It was awesome. Took some friends out. They've had a blast. It's really like a once in a lifetime opportunity for some people. Like they never dreamed of doing it. And it's just awesome sharing that with them. And most importantly, tomorrow's my daughter's birthday. I'm gonna take her on a little lap around beautiful Idaho. So it's really fun. It's well worth it. You can do it.
You can do it! You can do it all night long!